Greetings. Welcome, all you slip joint enthusiasts from around the world to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the Tiger Pit. Today we are talking about a case carbon steel release, the white box. The white box. Yes, it is a burnt amber bone Rogers jig Sodbuster Jr. 6137 carbon steel, manufactured 8/28/2025. This is what we got. Yes, you'll know if you've been watching my channel, I really love this family. I love carbon steel knives by Case. I have a Trapper full-size copper lock Warncliffe, the Sow Belly Stockman, the Tony Bose. And well, I was torn between this and the Mini Trapper. It was really tough. I really wanted the Mini Trapper, but I have lots of Mini Trappers, and well, I haven't gotten a Sodbuster Jr. in a while, and this is one I wanted to pick up before they were gone. You can see the Rogers jig, the burnt amber bone, the dog bone tested XX shield. Check out the pile side. A little bit more burn here, a little bit darker. I almost didn't get this series or this Sodbuster specifically because, well, I have the carbon steel amber bone, peach seed. You can see the color is very, very similar. It's just the difference in the jigging, the Rogers and the peach seed jig. Now, they're both carbon steel, which is a delight. You can get this peach seed in stainless steel. You can see I have some patina on that blade. So yes, if you like a blade that stays shiny and doesn't get patina, well, get a stainless steel. But if you like ease of sharpening, a really sharp blade, and don't mind the patina and really like the character it gives, you'll want to get the carbon steel. Well, let's check out this blade. So I get it, and the blade grind's not that bad on the show side. Let's see if I can get in there. Pretty thin toward the tip. See how thin it gets there. But looks really nice. Go around to the pile side here, checking out the blade grind. I can get the reflection in there. You can see toward the tip here, it gets a little wonky, wonky. And I had to touch it up because it was consistent grind, and then toward the tip, it was like a narf, like they just, and it was off. There was a gouge there, and I do believe Bob's Pocket Knives had the same issue and had to sharpen that out. So I got it down pretty good. If I get it in the light here, there you go. You can still see it's a little off. I'll have to do a little bit more work to that. It did come with a burr, of course. It did come with some grit. I had to work it out, flush the pivot. Another thing I did notice is, well, the blade's not totally centered. It's off to the pile side a bit. I don't believe it's rubbing. It may be rubbing. But when I pulled it out and checked, if you look at the blade, you can see it has a curve to it. It curves over to the pile side. Now, that does happen a lot. Case gets their sheets of steel in big rolls, and they're rolled. Now it's very rare that I get a blade that has like a curve to it, and it's very barely noticeable, but you can see it right there. And well, so you close it, and the blade right here looks nice and centered, and then it just kind of whoop over to the pile side. The back springs, pretty nice. I don't see any major gapping. Now, I don't have the best lighting in here. I'm kind of working off some natural light. But all in all, a good Sodbuster Jr. But these are no longer $57. They're like $67. And it'd be nice when you spend that kind of money to get a really nice one. It is possible. A lot of people have gotten really nice ones. And this is not a bad one. No gaps in the back. And I don't believe the blade is rubbing. A lot of them are users. The blade grind definitely left more to be desired. You can kind of see it. It's much better after I had to work it on a stone for a bit. It is not perfect. You can see the difference in there. But yeah, heavier toward this tip, and then this side is much thinner. But I got it really very sharp. So all in all, a pretty decent Sodbuster Junior. I had said before I was reluctant to get this one just because I had this peach seed amber jig. And it's a fantastic Sodbuster Junior. But this is there's very few families that I have been really interested in case as of late. And this is definitely one that I did not want to miss out on. Overall, a fantastic Sodbuster Junior. Still less than a Case Crossroads and Carbon Steel and Hollow Ground. I get more fizz out of these than the Crossroads. And the Crossroads, they're pretty decent. But they are Torques. I prefer the pin. I prefer the thinness of the lightness, the carryability of this bone. I like to see how far the blade goes down. These look very close. Sometimes when they file the bottom of the tang here, you can see it's filed. Some are, some aren't. They do it to keep the tip down so it is not sticking up at like so. But sometimes they do file it a little bit too much, so you gotta be careful when you close it. I have gotten some blade wrap on some of the tips of my Sodbuster Junior, so just be aware of that when you're opening and closing it and snapping it. I generally get a little flat spot or something. Carbon steel is very easy to sharpen out. So very happy I got this one. Now I have 4 in this family. I'm definitely would like to pick up the Mini Trapper before they're gone. They also have a Muskrat, which I love this family so much, I may as well pick one of those up. Well, I appreciate you all joining me in the Tiger Pit for this Case Carbon Steel Sodbuster Jr. Burnt Amber Bone Rogers Jig Dog Bone Shield showing. You all stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.